Men and boys, cost of the toys. Our toy expert is here. Syd Bolton's in.
I'm
you got
here
the
with a toy.
legend.
Yeah, I'm really feeling like a digital archaeologist this week, actually. It's been amazing.
Indiana Geek?
Yeah, something like that. We actually unearthed a video game that was created back in 1983 that the world does not know existed until this week, which is
what system?
Pretty amazing. The Atari 2600.
Yeah.
The Atari 2600 has a huge following of fans. Even today, people still buy games. They still talk about it. They still discuss it. And every single known Atari cartridge has been archived up until this point. And this is a great piece of Canadian gaming history. It was created just as the video game market crashed. And therefore, it was sold in extremely small numbers.
So this is like the Vincent van Gogh of video game cartridges?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the greatest game by any means. The game's called Terrestrials, and it's kind of, I sort of call it a mix of Pac-Man, Freeway, and E.T., because actually the main character looks like E.T. so much so that the company probably would have been sued had the game really sold in big numbers. And you can be other characters as well in the game, but not the greatest gameplay, but really fascinating story. The fact that nobody knew about this game at all. That is very, very unusual in this business.
So, any idea how many were produced?
I talked to the people who actually produced the game. They figure they sold about 100, 200 at most. They sold them door to door.
Wow.
And we actually have footage of how the game plays. It's pretty interesting. We'll look at it right now if we can.
We're hearing it right now.
We're hearing it for sure, yeah. And there it is right there. And so you can actually see it does look a lot like E.T. And the Ranger. And
Isn't this a Seinfeld episode? Isn't that Frogger?
No, that was Frogger.
Yeah, okay.
That was Frogger. Just watched that the other day, actually. So anyways, but really just, there actually are people making new games today. But this is unusual in that it's an old game that's being put out there. So really exciting for us at the Computer Museum.
It's amazing. And being my age, I got a couple of Christmases ago, I got a Nintendo system with a whole bunch of original games to go with it, because we always got a kick out of playing that. And the funny thing is, you talked about the video game industry sort of crashing for a while there. It's almost gotten to the point where you need 4 hands to play some of these games, so I don't even try. So some of the old ones are just kind of a blast.
Yeah, very simplistic gameplay, and just the entire Atari community right now is going kind of bonkers. We've had a lot of skeptics who have questioned whether it's real or not.
But how would you fake this?
Believe me, people do fake stuff like this.
You mean you could actually, in this day, if you wanted to, make an Atari game?
Yes,
really?
People do it all the time.
How do you verify it?
Well, some of the things are, it's an unusual cartridge size, for one thing, the community has noticed. The label itself it definitely is worn, and the other thing, and you can see it for yourself, Ted, is there's dust in there. And although you can fake the dust, I suppose, there's dust in there. Also, when we do get this thing archived, we think that that'll also prove, because of the programming techniques and the style of the code and everything, should also prove when it's from. But honestly, it's an interesting thing, a lot like digital archaeology.
When we're looking at the system, it basically would play on.
That's the Atari 2600. And so we have this set up at the museum, so you can actually come and play on October 15th, which is our next open house, and our next game night, October 22nd. You can actually try this out. Right now, the only place in the world that you can play this game is at the museum.
Is anybody else coming forward? You said about 100 or so. Is anybody else coming forward?
No, and you know what? They would have by now if they were out there, we think. So it's pretty unlikely that we'll see another one. So it's a one-of-a-kind. The value, no idea, but pretty big. But, of course, it doesn't matter because we're not going to sell it.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, open house on October 15th.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a blast to go down there. So, I mean, if somebody gets a chance, it's a place to be. Thanks for the history.
No problem. Check it out at pcmuseum.ca if you want to learn more about it, all the details, the story, the family, the whole bit.
Syd's the man when it comes to the information and technology and then some. We're coming back Thursday. We mentioned the SPCA will be here tomorrow. We're going to give you some, good ideas on Halloween decorating and costumes on a Thursday. And also, we're going to find out about TSC, which is tuberous sclerosis complex. Details just before we get to the end of the work week right here. Thanks for doing it with us. Inside Brant.